Hello everybody, welcome to my first video back in a while. I'll do a little bit more explaining later, and I am heading out to my fields to be doing some field work on them. So yeah, let the tractor warm up a little bit, and we'll get on the road with this thing. Just started up the tractor, so hopefully you can hear me. But what I am doing, well, actually yesterday was I filmed that first part, and all we did was really bring the tractor to the field. But today's the next day, and we'll be starting to do some actual work with this thing. What this implement does is those shovels, they go through the ground and they make a little berm. And we make that berm because in the spring it's really dry, and so we don't get much rain. So that berm, where it's made in between the shovels, the first couple inches are going to dry out from the sun, and then our planter goes through it, pushes off that top 3 or however many inches, and plants the corn right into moisture so it gets a better germination. So that's the point of this machine, and I'll demonstrate a little bit more as I get going here. So I think I've got it pretty well set up, but as you can see behind me, I better move my window. It's leaving those little hills, and those little hills are gonna hold moisture in the spring, so that way when the planter comes through, it's planting right into moisture. So that's the goal that I am going for right now, is these nice hills. You probably can't see it, but over there, Dad's running what we call the groundhog, and it goes in front, and it helps level these fields. So when I go through, it leaves really flat, so the water when we irrigate will flow really nicely to the end. So that's what he's doing. He's smooths the ground out for me, so my water will flow better in the spring. That's the use that we use for that. In the Midwest, a lot of them use their field cultivators, but around here we don't use those. We have to have it as flat as possible. Okay everybody, just finished. I was kind of in a time crunch, so I wasn't able to film the last of it, but that little section I've been working on finished. Kind of hard to see, but got the beds out here now for spring, and it's really difficult to see, but we're kind of on a tight schedule because with the days now, with it being so short, we can usually get going as far as well, I guess I should explain what we're doing now. Like this field, this next one, it's right across from the field I was working on. It's just right over another small little field. It was chiseled, so it's pretty rough, so we have to take the disc over it, and that levels it out pretty good and buries more residue. And then Dad comes through with the packer, which you can't see right now, or the groundhog as we call it, and that levels it out. So that has to be done between about 2 o'clock and 7, which right now it's about 6:30. So that's kind of our time frame. So when we're able to go, we're pushing pretty hard out here, trying to get it done quickly before the frost sets in, because I'll show you over here. With the way this thing rolls and kind of levels it out, or making it smooth, as soon as this thing goes across over that night, that top however many inches is gonna freeze, and then the bedder bar, which I was running today showing you making the beds, it just won't get through it. So that dirt has to be loose, which is why we run the disc, which you can't see it, but it's basically right behind my hand. We run it in the field so it breaks, keeps it loose, and then this thing and the bedder have to be run basically back to back as close as we can, so that ground doesn't freeze. So that's kind of what we're dealing with and what we're trying to do here. We're making those beds for the corn to get a better germination in. And yeah, thanks for watching my video back in a while, and stay tuned for some more.